estamos muy contentos de estar aquí entrevistando a buen Brad de los Specials, bateristas, como todos saben.
Hola.
Y pues, ¿qué podemos decir? Encantados de la vida de estar con él.
Sí.
Lo agradecemos, we really appreciate it. And
Sí.
well, let's talk about a little.
Sure.
Well, your very first visit to a Latin American country, and what's the feeling about it?
Very first visit, yeah, and it happens to be Mexico, which is a particularly favourite, place of ours. We've always wanted to come here because we know we have a lot of people that want to hear us and see us play. So we're coming. Starting in Mexico is the right thing. It's good we feel good about it.
Cool. What do you think? Will it be tonight or tomorrow? Did you learn it was sold out and all?
Well, it's what they call a sideshow because we're doing Viva Latino Festival tomorrow, and El Plaza Condesa was one that was put in afterwards, and we had no idea what the response would be. We didn't know how popular we were, and then suddenly it sold out, and the venue looks amazing, and it's great. I mean, it's a real indication of just how much the music is loved over here, and we're really happy, to be playing it. It's great.
Well, you're right saying that you're now really famous and all that. But how did you actually get involved in music? And
Myself.
yeah.
What
was the first gig you ever went to?
Myself, the first gig I ever went to, wow, I was about 11 years old, and I went to see a band called the Steam Packet, which featured blues singers from the UK. And I think from that point forward I enjoyed listening to soul music, but then I discovered American R&B soul music, Motown. And from Motown I moved on to the reggae format, which was rocksteady, and I that's my favourite form, musical or form for drumming anyway, is rocksteady. And basically I love all the bands. The Mighty Diamonds are a particular favourite of mine at the moment because I love the vocal harmonies and they're still very good at it. But reggae is probably my favourite, and I feel very natural playing it as well.
Was it introduced by someone in particular to you, or did you just discover it?
To discover reggae?
Yeah, or was it introduced to you by someone?
Well, I think a lot of drummers, particularly sort of Western white drummers particularly, have a problem with the what is called the third beat drop. It's like when the beat goes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and a lot of drummers seem to struggle with that. The most natural to me. I just felt so natural with it. A lot of my friends in Coventry, a lot of the families when I was growing up, a lot of West Indian families in Coventry, and basically I was listening to a lot of my friends' parents' music, and so it was sort of coming into my life and into my soul, let's put it that way. And I had the opportunity of mixing soul and reggae as I grew up, as I got older. And then, of course, joining the Specials was an opportunity to put my particular blend of soul, rock and reggae into, alongside or part or with the Specials concept.
Yeah, talking about the concept and the Specials, of course. Did you actually realize you were heading into a political movement, something like that? Yeah, there was definitely a need to produce the.
So
do you think people was waiting for
Yes.
such a thing, or was it just a coincidence?
No, I think people were actually waiting, but coming out of the indie recording situation, the punk situation at the time, it was a lot of people jumped ship from the punk thing into two-tone thing, and they stayed with it for 4 years basically, but they stayed with it forever. A lot of people, ad infinitum, in perpetuity, they carried on with it. And a lot of our fan base, majority of our fan base, or followers, were involved in the socio-political element, or the ethos of the Specials. And the ethos of the Specials hasn't changed, it's become stronger, if anything. And that's why we're here now doing the same set with the same lyrics, but they're as relevant as they were then.
Yeah, you think
I think.
nothing ever changed.
Nothing ever changed. That's it. You see, do nothing. Nothing ever changed.
Well, what can you tell us about your early days in Tucson? What would it be your fondest memory?
Well, I used to like stage invasions. That was my, if we're talking about gigs, my favourite activity from the crowd was for them to get on stage with us, because that was just wicked. And they were all well behaved. Nobody got hurt, really. We had a couple of stages collapse. Sock It To 'Em JB once we were doing, and the stage collapsed. But everybody got up and went away, and they were happy. I used to love stage invasions. They're my fondest memories.
We should do it.
Yeah, you see, the trouble is we can't do it now because it's health and safety, and it's especially, I don't know about in South America, but everywhere else, unfortunately.
Yeah, right. Well, what's music you are listening actually nowadays? And
Nowadays.
yeah, do you have a particular taste on someone or influence?
Well, right now I'm listening to. That's why I wanted to hear some of the developments along the music along the lines of the music that's grown up from our influence in Mexico. So I'm picking up one or two CDs from people, as here and now. But next year when we come back for the full tour, which is what we're hoping to do, it will be good to meet more people and see and go to more shows and see what's going on. Personally, I still listen to Rocksteady, the old school Rocksteady. So I just love it.
Well, you were describing your lifestyle at the time and all that, but do you have to choose a topic from nowadays to write about or to talk about? What would it be?
I think it would still be multiculturalism, and I think it's still important that we talk about getting along with each other. I don't see any option, I don't see any future in struggling against cultures in the world. I think they've got to come together, and they will, inevitably they will, because good usually triumphs over evil. And for me, the multiculturalism that can be got from the diverse cultures in this world, is phenomenal. It'd be fantastic. It's wonderful.
And how about the the music business from today? Do you think technology has brought for good or?
Yes, I think it has brought good. Actually, a lot of people would say that it's caused problems with quality, quantity over quality. Personally, I think it will always, the good will always rise to the top. The cream will always rise to the top. Also, I think it gives people the ability to get involved in music where they never were able to before. So that's no bad thing. However, I'd suggest that people do sort of like listen to some of the roots of music as well, because I know it's good to try and do something different, but it's not always necessary to go too far off the chain. Like I say, so I think it's good to find the right influences.
What's your influences?
Well, as I say again, Rocksteady, reggae, Motown, soul, basically. Yeah.
Well, you've been touring around, or active for around 6-7 years now. Do you think you're coming to a right time to start writing or recording a new album?
Yeah, I think the ideas are starting to flow now. But the point is, it'll have to happen what I call in an organic way. When we're ready, it will happen. And I think
you don't want to push it.
No, I don't think so. I think people still want to enjoy their experiences of the music that we created in the late 70s, early 80s, and I still think that's got an important message. But eventually, new things will happen. They might happen in collaboration form as well, so that it might not necessarily just be the members of the specials that are involved. It may be with other people, which I think is a good thing.
Well, So Mexico, it's kind of a kickoff, you know.
Yeah.
Is it really the new era, you know?
For coming over to South America is definitely a dawning of a new era for us.
Right.
And so I'd say that when we come back in 2016 to tour the other countries in South America, to play in the other countries, we'll be coming back with, with our hearts set on playing as hard and as much, as strong as we've ever done, and also to convey our message as well. Because I think everywhere's got its problems, and I think the basic message is the same for everybody.
Right.
You know.
It is, in some way, it's such a bad thing that it's still the same, you know. But
it is a shame. I find it amazing that it's still going on. Racism still goes on. Well, in my lifetime anyway. When I've been, I find it sort of annoying, really. But of course, we still have to press on.
Do you think something had ever, some little changes from past?
Yeah.
From the late 70s to today?
I think there's. I always look optimistically at the outcome, and I think if enough people in music as well get involved in the message, it doesn't have to be lyrical. There can be protest music in non-lyrical form, in music form. But at the same time, I think it'd be good if more people started saying things with lyrics in a socio-political way.
It really sounds interesting about all of what you are talking to us. We really appreciate it. And
cool.
How about the collaborations you were talking about? Is it someone in particular you would like to work with?
There is, but I can't tell you who. Simple, but there is somebody in my mind that I really, really think we could, we should work with.
Okay.
Again.
Oh.
All right. So that's all I can say.
Okay, great. What's the future plans? The near future for the band?
Near future is basically we're not going to be playing too much in 2015 because we've just come away from a 22 date UK, Ireland, UK, and European tour last year in November. So we have I think 2 or 3 festivals in the UK, and that will be it for this year. And then next year we'd like to come back to South America.
Yeah, we will be waiting. We will be looking forward.
Same here.
Well,
okay.
Too many years to come, and
thank you.
You are really welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's been really a pleasure.
Muchas gracias. Thank you. Hola, it's Brad from the Specials here. Just wanted to say hi and big shout out to Radio SKAndalo. And that's your banging radio station, so tune in.